The fighting world has seen prodigies come and go, but every so often, a talent emerges that rewrites the very definition of elite.
Come on in.
Here we go! Right on the money, baby! What a kid!
We're ready.
A fighter so complete, so terrifyingly dominant, that their rise isn't just a story, it's a phenomenon. Her name is Dakota Ditcheva. For months, the biggest question in MMA wasn't about who was fighting, but where she was going to fight. The speculation was a frenzy, the narrative a foregone conclusion, a move to the UFC to test herself against the best.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal.
Defense.
But in a plot twist that has sent shockwaves through the industry, Ditcheva has chosen her path. And according to Ariel Helwani on his official show, that path is now locked in for the foreseeable future. Forget the rumors, the undefeated force has put pen to paper on a new multi-year contract with the Professional Fighters League. This is not a detour, it's a statement. A statement that she intends to dominate the PFL and build an unassailable legacy before even considering another promotion. The decision, as she herself revealed, came just as she was recovering from a significant hand injury sustained in her most recent bout. And that brings us to her record, a perfect ledger of brutal efficiency. Her last victory, a unanimous decision over the durable Sumiko Inaba, showed us a new side of dangerous, patience, and tactical brilliance to complement her overwhelming power. But the real proof of her elite status came in her prior fight against Taila Santos, a woman who famously pushed MMA legend Valentina Shevchenko to the brink in a fight many believe Santos won. Ditcheva didn't just win, she finished her. That's a level of dominance that you simply cannot ignore. The praise for Dakota Ditcheva isn't just hype, it's coming from the fighters themselves. In an incredible moment that made headlines, Liz Carmouche, a future Hall of Famer and the reigning PFL Women's Champion, called Ditcheva out. She openly stated that she would love a chance to be able to fight Dakota. This isn't just a call-out, it's a passing of the torch, a clear sign that even the sport's established legends view her as the ultimate test. The commentary on her rise is filled with genuine awe. On forums and in podcasts, fans and analysts are sharing their amazement. One fan wrote, "No joke, she knocks him out harder than men." Another declared her the most formidable striker in WMMA. But the most telling comment came from the PFL itself, as an executive told Newsweek that Ditcheva can be the #1 female star on the planet. The debate is over. The myth of Dakota Ditcheva is now a reality. She has the skills, the record, and the backing of her promotion to achieve global superstardom. She's built a legacy out of calculated violence and raw power, and the entire world is watching to see who, if anyone, can stop her. The next chapter has begun, and it promises to be nothing short of epic.
There's nothing to do with brutishness. It has to do with high-level problem solving with dire physical consequences. But the early days were interesting because, there was a lot of people disparaging women fighting, including Dana White. Yeah, some people get disturbed watching women get bloodied up. That's a big one for some folks. It feels different. Obviously, I'm a big fan of women fighting, but when I watch a big cut on a woman, it feels different. It's so hard for people to not get emotional when they get hit. It's a very bad way to react in a fight, to fight with emotions, because you expose yourself. You leave yourself open for counters. You miss your rhythm. You're not as deceptive. You're too obvious in your pattern, and so many times you get hit a lot more. And it's a big problem with fighters. The smart thing to do is to fight with correct technique and with a correct strategy, meaning you have an understanding of how to execute best. It's not to just wait in and let bombs fly. You have to be very precise in your tactics. You got to be very smart.
I'm very much a fighter that kind of just lives in the gym. It's a lifestyle to me. It's not like fight camp after fight camp. It's just living in the gym, just getting better all the time. And I'm one of them people as well that I don't want to win all the time in the gym because I want to get better. I'm not looking for easy rounds. So to have them tough skills there to tap me out a few times, give me a tough round is like what I need and what makes me progress the most.
They call her Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva.
Triple D.
I want to be at the top. I'm not here to just take part and be another girl on the roster. I want to be right at the top. A lot of people even this time said, I saw you walking down that walkway and your eyes changed. And I was like, you need that. You have to.
Basically
kind of said that I thought the PFL was coddling this person. They were hiding her, all this stuff. Dakota Ditcheva, man, she proved me absolutely wrong. She's fire. That girl she is good. She's mean. She's nasty. She goes after people. She doesn't get decisions. She's knocking people out. She is making them quit. She is the breakout fighter. I was like, oh, she's going to get exposed. Nope. The only thing that got exposed was my stupidity. I look at her performances. I'm like, God damn, when she fought Santos in the PFL championships, she just annihilated her. This is a fighter that many people thought beat, Shevchenko. And I'll tell you what, right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. Hey, man, she goes after people. She is nasty. Everything with people saying, take her to the ground. They can't keep her down. She gets up. Yeah. She knows what she's doing, and I've seen her take shots. She doesn't back down. And man, her knees inside, her kicks, everything, she's going to be around for a long time. You allow her to elbow because, man, her elbows in that final fight, which she was allowed to throw, devastating. And so she wasn't allowed to use any of those throughout that whole tournament and stuff. She is absolutely someone that people are going to be watching for a long time.
To truly understand the force that is Dakota Ditcheva, you must first understand the foundation from which he was forged. This story does not begin in an MMA cage, but in the hallowed halls of Muay Thai gyms across the United Kingdom. Her father, the legendary Paul the Killer Ditcheva, a multiple-time world kickboxing champion, was not just a coach. He was a living embodiment of the striking arts. From her earliest memories, the rhythm of leather on pads and the crack of a perfectly executed kick were the lullabies of her childhood. It was a baptism by fire, a legacy she was not just inheriting, but meticulously earning. While other children were playing with toys, Dakota was a prodigy of percussion, learning to deliver a symphony of violence with her fists, knees, and shins. The martial arts were in her DNA, but her discipline was a choice. As she grew, she amassed an amateur record so flawless it was almost a myth. A string of victories in K1 and Muay Thai that foreshadowed the dominance she would unleash on the world stage. She was a champion before she ever took her first professional MMA fight, a polished jewel before she was even set in the crown. These were not just training sessions, they were apprenticeships in the art of war, laying the groundwork for a fighter whose skill was so profound it seemed almost unfair. Enter the MMA cage, and Dakota Ditcheva's fighting style is not merely aggressive. It is a clinical demonstration of controlled chaos. It's a symphony of concussions where every note is perfectly placed. As reported by Cageside Press in their breakdown of her fight with Sumiko Inaba, her striking is a thing of beauty. She doesn't just throw punches, she uses her footwork to cut off the cage, corralling her opponents into a trap. Her front kicks snap into the gut like a piston, a tool not just for offense, but for creating distance and disrupting rhythm. Her jab is a sniper's bullet, a weapon she uses with such precision and frequency that it serves as her entire setup for the kill. From that fundamental strike, she unleashes her signature combinations. A 2-3 followed by a thunderous head kick that turns opponents' legs to jelly. But her most terrifying weapon is her clinch work. In a space where many fighters lose their composure, Ditcheva becomes a force of nature, delivering bone-jarring knees to the body that steal her opponent's soul. She is a master of the double collar tie, rendering her adversaries helpless as she punishes them with a relentless barrage of short elbows and knees that, as the referee on site at her last fight would likely confirm, sound like a bag of rocks being emptied on concrete. The real story, though, is in the details. In her last fight, even after a shot broke her hand, Ditcheva didn't just survive. She continued to use that very hand to throw strikes. A display of warrior spirit so profound, it can only be understood by those who have stepped inside the cage. Her opponents may not fear her as a grappler, but her takedown defense and reversals are so fundamentally sound that she negates their strongest weapons. This is a fighter who understands the geometry of the cage, the psychology of her opponent, and the science of the human body. The rumors of her UFC move weren't baseless. They were the natural conclusion to her meteoric rise. But, as Ditcheva explained to Ariel Helwani, her decision to stay was a calculated one. While the UFC offers the biggest stage, the PFL offers something equally compelling for a young star, a chance to be the undisputed face of a major organization. She has a clear path to championship glory and a level of investment from the promotion that few can match. The PFL, as pointed out by Yahoo Sports, has put its faith and promotional muscle behind Ditcheva, marketing her as the superstar she is destined to be. The new PFL format, with its revised prize money and legal elbows, aligns perfectly with her all-or-nothing fighting style. She can go for the knockout without hesitation, knowing that a single win can catapult her towards the next round and a massive payday. She isn't just a fighter, she's a commodity, and the PFL is treating her as such, providing her with a platform to build her brand and her bank account simultaneously. The potential for a future super fight against a UFC champion still looms, but for now, she is a big fish in a pond that is growing larger by the day. With her new contract in hand, the next chapter is set. The PFL has a roster of fighters who want nothing more than to be the first to tarnish her perfect record. The most significant of these is Liz Carmouche. The call-out from the seasoned veteran was not just a headline grab, it was a testament to the respect Ditcheva commands. As Carmouche herself stated, she would love to fight Ditcheva, and her willingness to test herself against a younger, more explosive fighter is a massive sign of respect. This fight, should it materialize, would pit Ditcheva's concussive striking against Carmouche's veteran savvy and elite grappling. A classic striker versus grappler matchup with the highest stakes imaginable. But Carmouche is not the only challenge. The PFL roster is stacked with dangerous contenders, each with a different skill set to test her. There are powerful strikers, gritty wrestlers, and slick submission artists, all waiting for a shot at the undefeated champion. The PFL is building the gauntlet, and Ditcheva is ready to run it, proving that her dominance is not just a fluke, but the result of a talent and work ethic that can overcome any obstacle. With her new contract in hand, the next chapter is set. The PFL has a roster of fighters who want nothing more than to be the first to tarnish her perfect record. The most significant of these is Liz Carmouche. The call-out from the seasoned veteran was not just a headline grab, it was a testament to the respect Ditcheva commands. As Carmouche herself stated, she would love to fight Ditcheva, and her willingness to test herself against a younger, more explosive fighter is a massive sign of respect. This fight, should it materialize, would pit Ditcheva's concussive striking against Carmouche's veteran savvy and elite grappling. A classic striker versus grappler matchup with the highest stakes imaginable. But Carmouche is not the only challenge. The PFL roster is stacked with dangerous contenders, each with a different skill set to test her. There are powerful strikers, gritty wrestlers, and slick submission artists all waiting for a shot at the undefeated champion. The PFL is building the gauntlet, and Ditcheva is ready to run it, proving that her dominance is not just a fluke, but the result of a talent and work ethic that can overcome any obstacle. The journey of Dakota Ditcheva is a testament to talent, hard work, and the unpredictable nature of combat sports. The UFC dream may be on hold, but the fire within Dangerous still burns bright. Her commitment to the PFL marks the beginning of a new and exciting chapter, filled with potential challenges and opportunities for further growth. The MMA world will be watching closely to see if she can continue her reign of dominance and solidify her place among the elite. The next few years in the PFL will be crucial in shaping her legacy. One thing is certain, the story of Dakota Ditcheva is far from over. The Dangerous One has chosen her battlefield, and the next chapter promises to be filled with explosive action and unwavering determination. This is not a detour. It's a strategic maneuver in a career destined for greatness.
I'm very much a fighter that kind of just lives in the gym. It's a lifestyle to me. It's not like fight camp after fight camp. It's just living in the gym, just getting better all the time. And I'm one of them people as well that I don't want to win all the time in the gym because I want to get better. You know, I'm not looking for easy rounds. So to have them tough skills there to Sat me out a few times, you know, give me a tough round is like what I need and what makes me progress the most.
They call her Dakota Ditcheva.
Triple D.
I want to be at the top. I'm not here to like just take part and be another girl on the roster. I want to be right at the top. A lot of people even this time said, I saw you.
So I feel like I definitely am in the conversation now. I'm not saying I'm up there at the top, but you definitely have to take me serious for sure. It's just second nature to me now. Sometimes when I watch myself fight, I just feel like it's kind of just me hitting pads. It's like weird. I'm going through the same motions. So it's kind of just something that I drill all the time and work all the time. That it's just second nature when I get in there. It feels like I'm in that flow state of when I'm hitting pads. This is just something not even just this last year, like for years and years and years. This is like a moment I've dreamt of for so long, and to be able to finally live that moment and then know now that it's going to change like my family's life for a long time is.
I mean, the prize was amazing, the belt's amazing, but for me, I want to fight. You know, I loved fighting 4 times last year. The year before that, I fought 3 times. The year before that, I fought 4 times. So I've always been a really active fighter.
When are we going to see women in the UFC, man?
Never.
Never?
I just beat the best girl that's out there outside of any other division. So they've been talking, she's been saying, she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of, so it's got to be something more. I've always been that type of person that's in the gym all the time, so for me that's why I've always got better and better, because I live in here. I walked through everyone last year, so. Calling me Barbie is not an insult. Like, that's what I like to show about my fighting, the fact that I have a different side to me. So, yeah, whatever.
A name that's quickly becoming synonymous with dominance in women's MMA. Whether you're a diehard fight fan or just someone intrigued by